Well, there's a lot of interest in era models and what they're doing and how much money they're making and where is it going and why are they stopping young women on the streets of Dublin and asking them for money. Josephine, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Your connection with era models?
I have been, yes. Well, my daughter has been to one of their conventions, so-called, one of their photo shoots.
Mm-hmm.
It would have been the 4th of May, where I received an email inviting Samantha in for some photo shoots. They said they took an interest because I sent a photograph via email. There was no mention of money or anything, but when I did go in, I was asked for €100. They were very nice to Samantha, promising her lots of work, promising her that she would be on their website the following Tuesday, and that she'd also be in their monthly magazine, of which I've seen none of yet, so it was a bit of a disappointment.
So she handed over?
We handed over €100, and that guaranteed us that Samantha's photographs would be on their website within 3 days, and it also guaranteed us that her photographs will be in their monthly magazine.
And was there any photograph on the website?
No. There was a photograph of the girl that was there on the day who worked with them, and I just checking today that has miraculously disappeared since your show yesterday.
The girl that worked with him, she got on the website?
Her photograph.
And by the way, who took the photographs? Who?
It was a photographer there telling me that Samantha had loads of potential, and he was telling her...
Was it male or female?
It was male.
Did you get the name of the photographer?
I didn't get the name of the photographer now.
Okay, well, Michelle is there. Michelle, say that, Josephine. Michelle, good afternoon. 51551 text. Michelle, you did pay out €300 to era models. And who was the photographer?
The photographer's name's Mark.
Was it Mark Townley, the man who was on yesterday? He was also the chief
the guy
executive.
who was talking on the radio yesterday.
The guy, was him. He's the photographer as well, is he?
Yeah. He takes...
And where did he take you to do the photographs?
I was in a park on Harcourt Street. I don't know what it's called.
The Ivy Gardens?
Yeah, actually that's what it is.
You go in a fantastic park, very, very big park. He brought you in there.
Yeah, and there's a few other girls as well. And
had you already paid him money?
Yeah, at this stage I hadn't. But on that day he told me that I had to bring my €300 to his office that day because it was the very last day that you could join.
And how much did you give him?
I paid €300.
€300. And did they supply the clothes for and makeup for the photo shoot?
No, I was told on the Saturday that my photo shoot was going to be for Topshop and for Makeup Forever. And then when I got the call on Sunday, I was told to do my own hair and makeup and wear my own clothes.
So basically come as you want.
Yeah, basically.
But the photographer Mark Townley took the photographs and he took the €300.
Yeah, well I called into the office and paid by cheque.
Now he also told us yesterday that he pays for photographs. Were you paid?
Well, I've been told that I will be paid. I just haven't been paid yet.
Samantha was told that too, that she will receive an income for every photograph.
Okay. Now, Michelle, were you asked about the Next Top Model, this TV franchise, that he had it for Ireland?
Yeah, that's like their selling point for their agency, that you get to be on a TV show. That's
called
really
Ireland's
popular.
Next Top Model, and the same as America's Next Top Model and all that carry on.
It's the same idea.
And how much can you win on that?
They say the prize is worth €50,000, and it's a trip around Europe getting professional photo shoots done in different cities around the world.
How old are you, Michelle?
18.
And how old were the other young women that were brought into that park?
They were all about 18, 19.
And do you think they all paid €300?
Yeah, I'd say they have, because they're all at the school. I recognise all of them from Saturday mornings.
On Saturday mornings, he books a room in the Morgan Hotel in central Dublin. Let me bring... is Larry there yet? No. Deirdre what? Deirdre, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Joe.
Deirdre's PR executive with TV3, who've been mentioned by Mark Townley and other people, and your name has been used, Deirdre. What is the TV3 position about Ireland's Next Top Model?
Well, our position is, Joe, that we know for a fact that the Next Top Model name has not been trademarked in Ireland. We actually know a company that is in advanced negotiations with CBS Paramount to secure the exclusive rights of the local version of what they call America's Next Top Model in Ireland. In other words, Ireland's Next Top Model.
have...
So we understand that Era Models Ireland do not have the rights from CBS Paramount, and I believe they are looking into it.
We've all been told that they have the exclusive copyright to it.
Well, he told us yesterday he started filming 2 weeks ago.
We were filmed. Well, I missed last Saturday because I was playing netball, but 2 Saturdays ago they had a film crew in who were watching us walk up and down the catwalk and doing interviews with the different people.
Deirdre, has TV3 had any negotiations with Era top models?
None whatsoever, Joe. I can categorically confirm that at no time has TV3 been in any talks with anyone from Era Models Ireland regarding a programme or series, and no one from the agency has contacted executives at TV3 or met with them, as was stated in the programme yesterday.
That's not what we've been told.
Yeah, they've no authority to use our name whatsoever.
Okay,
so we are looking at avenues to deal with this matter ourselves.
So that's fair. That's fairly categorical. You've had no connection with our Era models, no contact with them, no negotiation.
They have not contacted us. We're not in talks with them, and they have absolutely no authority to use our name at all. The first I heard of it was when your producers brought it to my attention that they were using our name in this manner.
Okay, well that's fairly categorical.
It's also on their website.
Yeah, it's also on the under. But anyway, that's fairly categorical now from TV3. No hand, act or part with Era models. Okay, Deirdre, thanks indeed.
You're very welcome.
Deirdre, before you go, how is Sinead Desmond?
Thank you for asking. We were speaking with her family this morning, and I'm very happy to confirm that she's doing very well.
Oh, that's great. We're all thinking.
Thank you very much.
We're all thinking of her. That's Sinead Desmond, the presenter, co-presenter of TV AM with Mark Cagney, and she had a very serious illness yesterday, and thankfully, as Deirdre said, for her and her family, she's improved dramatically. Okay, who else is there? Sorry, who's there? Rebecca. Good afternoon, Rebecca.
Hiya, how are you?
What's your story, Rebecca?
I was approached 2 months ago on the street, being promised of getting to model, despite my height, despite everything about the model ideal. Like, I'm not in height, I wouldn't be a size 0, and I was promised that I'd get to be on Ireland's Next Top Model, I get photo shoots and get to do basic things in the model world, but nothing so far has come of it. So.
Have you handed over money?
Yeah, the first day I went in, they told us that only a select few were going to be picked. And there's like 40 or 50 people there, and I was told I'd be picked. So I paid my €100, thinking that I was the select few that was picked, and then I was told I had to go to a model school. Mm-hmm. And on that Saturday, I saw all of the people that had been there. So they obviously had told everyone that turned up that they were a select few, and if they paid, then they were in. So they made about 500, 600 more, so.
And have you had... Yesterday, Mark Townley said he would guarantee work.
Yeah, I've got nothing. I've been in 2 months now. So I've got absolutely nothing. I haven't got called in for a photo shoot for the magazine. I haven't been told anything more about Ireland's Next Top Model. Am I going to be in it? So I've done nothing.
But you see, he's no rights to Ireland's Next Top Model. The name TV3 was used yesterday by him, by Mark Townley. But they categorically denied they've never even met this man.
We've been told when we're in school on Saturdays, there's been posters saying Ireland's Next Top Model, 5 categories, this is what you will get if you win. And then he said it's in partnership with Fashion TV, but I don't know if Fashion TV has said that they are in partnership with it or not. That's what we've been told. So it seems all very up in the air. And
Eason's again have been on to us say they've never heard of this magazine Era Models, which he said he's distributing through Eason's, as according to his website. There's a lot. We've got a copy of a website of this model of this magazine, and there's the managing director, Mark Townley, as we also heard a few minutes ago. He's also the photographer. Yeah, but people can do lots of different jobs. That's understandable. The graphic designer is Natanya Herbert. She's told us that you got a check this morning from Mark Townley and it bounced.
Oh.
So
I don't know. Everything. No one knows what's happening. Everyone's been shocked about what's come out. I always thought to myself, this isn't 100% true, but they kept trying to prove it to us that it was legit. And I went into Eason's. We were told to be in on the 2nd of June. Mm-hmm. We went in, me and my friend. We checked it out. They said, no, we've never heard of it. Sorry. And then we said to them, and they said it changed on the website. Now that's the end of June. It'll be in shops. And they also said that their website, I got a photo shoot done, well, one photo done 2 months ago, and they said that it'll be up on the website by the Thursday, and 2 months later I'm still waiting to see myself up on the website.
And what is it about so many young women being... I know everyone's chasing a dream and...
Mm-hmm.
It's boys as well. I have to say I witnessed, when I went into the Morgan Hotel, I witnessed them interviewing at least 36 teenagers, and they took money off every single one of them and told them that they had potential. They came all shapes, sizes, and they told them that they had potential, that they'd be in the magazines and they'd be in the website. And they took their money, male and females.
To be honest, not one single person who turns up on Saturday looks like a model. Everyone is pretty in their own way, their own shape and size, but no one would get work out in the real world. No one would get like Vogue covers or anything like that because we're all too small. We're not the actual size or the stereotypical size that we should be, and that's what's making all the kids think that they're going to get work because we're different, and they say that that's what they're marketing. They're marketing different models. So.
But there's also very young women being stopped. There's 13-year-old girls being stopped on Grafton Street being...
There's a girl who's 14 who's in it, and her aunt went along with her to check out it was okay, and then they told her aunt that she could also be in it, obviously just to get the money. So...
It just gets bigger and bigger. Mark Townley. Has Mark Townley been back on or what?
I'm on the line now, sir.
Oh, God. Go ahead, Mark.
I've heard a wee bit of what has been said, and obviously, again, it's a very bad day for us. A lot of what is happening here, I suppose, is a snowballing effect, and people adding and exaggerating and taking a viewpoint which isn't accurate.
Let's take the TV3 thing. Do you accept what Deirdre Walsh said at TV3? You have no connection with them.
Okay. The bottom line is that, on a couple of matters, I was doing things backwards. For example, our producer did have talks with a certain TV station. I don't want to implement any TV station.
No, you said
like
yesterday
that.
It was TV3.
That is correct. He did contact TV3, okay, and he did speak with the people, okay, but nothing. We never.
Is that true, Deirdre?
I can't say that, okay? It was him that contacted them, okay? And I know that they've spoken to, but it didn't go any further. It didn't go to a secure point. It's something that obviously a couple of TV stations are interested in, and do you know what I mean? Because obviously the girls were excited about that, they said that to the girls on the street. Therefore, it's now being made into something that is inaccurate, Okay,
Mark, where are you from yourself?
Sorry?
Where are you from yourself?
I'm from Ireland.
Yeah, what part of Ireland?
The school is still continuing.
No, Mark, where are you from? I'm just trying to find out a little bit about yourself. In fairness, given that you've now contacted us twice, where are you from yourself?
You guys have standard. All of our girls still do get work. The two girls you were spoken to.
I know you said all this yesterday. We won't go over that ground again. Where are you from? Where are you from yourself?
You guys only want to say a negative.
Well, I'm not saying I didn't go down.
You know what I mean? Why won't you listen to the full picture of the business?
I'm listening to our callers. Where are you from yourself, Mark?
I take that as racist if you're asking me this or something. You know what I mean? If you've got some discrimination against me for being from a place or something,
Oh my God!
Can I just say it's very unfair of you to say that we're speaking negative when I physically handed over money 2 months ago and I've still seen nothing.
Sorry.
How do you do? That's not me being negative.
Okay, can I ask who's speaking? No problem.
My name is Josephine. You spoke to me yourself on the day I was in there.
Yes, and you have been at our show?
You guaranteed me that my daughter's pictures will be on the website the following Tuesday, and you also guaranteed me...
I apologise, our website is still a wee bit behind, guys, okay? But, there's no problem with anybody who everybody goes to the school every week. They get treated very well. They get a lot for their money. They get a fantastic experience. There's actually a lot of mothers and models actually trying to get onto the show to speak about the positives that weren't allowed. It's a total negative campaign. It's not fair, guys, we're not doing such bad things,
I handed over money and I've nothing to show for it. Is that fair?
Everyone gets 6 weeks of schooling and a full portfolio at the end of the 6 weeks.
I've seen nothing. It's more than 6 weeks since I handed over money.
Rebecca, there's a whole list of names here.
People filmed for the TV as well. These girls have done good by us, and we also did a photo shoot with one of the girls only last week, and there's a check in the poster at the minute for it.
Okay, what about the check that bounced for Natanya Herbert this morning? She's told us.
Guys, come on, you are killing me. Do you know what I mean? That's not fair. Come on, we're trying to make a good thing here.
What do you mean by that? I mean, how are we killing you?
I just mean that there's all this
You're the
negative
one that's stopping.
publicity.
You're the one that's stopping teenagers on Grafton Street in Dublin and trying to get €300 out of them.
Since then, okay, the girls aren't doing that method of recruitment anymore.
Mark,
It's clearly an error.
Yeah, okay, we had it. Yes, Mark, are you? We've now been contacted. People who now we can't. I'll just put it to you directly. Are you the same Mark Townley that's featured on the BBC programme Watchdog, the consumer programme?
Well, certainly I'm not. Are you serious?
No, I'm not just asking questions. I can ask you
I've
questions.
never been on a TV programme, and I've certainly never been on a radio before until yesterday, and I'm very upset that I am.
Okay. Are you the Mark Townley that featured in a case in Liverpool in terms of running a course for bouncers?
No, sir.
Are you the Mark Townley that's banned from entering the England and Wales?
I think that you guys should do your homework before you say
I'm just asking you. I'm just asking you the question.
You guys have got confusion. You know.
You're not that person.
No, I'm most certainly not.
Okay.
I'm most certainly not. And our school is still running. It's still running very successly.
And what did you do? What did you do, Mark, before you ran this? Before you ran what you say is Ireland's largest model school?
Photography before, and also all of the models as well who get photographed by any of the is predominantly done by one of our female photographers as opposed to myself. Before anybody wants to try to make a story out of that as well.
Did you do that photo shoot in Ivy Gardens?
Ivy Gardens? Did I do photo shoots in Ivy Gardens? Yes, I did. Yes.
Okay. Larry Bass. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Joe.
Larry, you are MD of Shinawil Productions, involved in lots of programmes for different broadcasters. Mark Townley tells us that he owns the franchise for Ireland's Next Top Model, based on the American TV hit series. What information can you give us on this, please?
I'd love to know who he has acquired them from and when he acquired them.
Mark, who have you acquired the name from?
Okay. We initially went to the patent office in Dublin and got the name patent and so forth, and went down that route, maybe with a little naivety as well and a little of guidance, and it's maybe now become clear in the past day that there is bigger players and so forth involved, and it's maybe not something that is, you know, as far as we're concerned, we did everything correct with the trademark and so forth, and we have paperwork to that effect as well.
So you, as somewhat, I don't know whose line is bad, but you say you went to the patent office, Mark. Larry.
Yep.
You've been in negotiation with CBS Paramount.
That's correct.
To do the Ireland's Next Top Model.
Correct.
And were you aware that there was Mark Townley was also involved? Did you ever hear of his involvement?
Not until it was brought to my attention in the last couple of days. I got a few emails and people drawing my attention to his website.
Where he said, and this is what he's using this as he stops people on the street and asks them for €300 to participate in this programme. And he said he started filming it last week.
Well, that's, you know, the shame of this, Joe, is the fact that, you know, we've been involved in television and reality television for many, many years, and have never yet charged a person money to come onto a show. So it gives everyone a bad name.
Well, do you think whoever gets the franchise for Ireland's Next Top Model is now going to face a difficulty where people have already been asked for money to participate and been disappointed?
You know, it certainly doesn't make the job any easier for somebody who will be endeavouring to do the official version of the show. It certainly has tainted the brand. And we're certainly going to have to review our position on the rights as there are other shows out there.
Mark, have you been negotiating with CBS Paramount?
No, we have not, no.
Okay. And when you say you just went up to the patent office, what do you do when you go into the patent office to patent the name?
Obviously, we searched to see if anybody had already had use of the name or the trademark of Ireland's Next Top Model within Ireland. We discovered that they hadn't. We've seen it as an opportunity to help.
Who owns the trademark?
We now do today. We have paperwork for that. Maybe there's something outside for a franchise which would override that. I see that is now a very big likelihood. But we didn't see. We have paperwork to the effect to say from Ireland's Patent Office that we have the trademark for that.
So on that basis, you could have gone in and trademarked Ireland's Big Brother or Ireland's CSI or whatever, using that logic. And then just taken the idea and gone with it because you went up to the patent office in Merrion Square.
Yeah, well, we now see that error, and we're paying very heavily for it.
But no, you're not paying heavily for it. It's the people that have been stopped on the street in Dublin, quite a significant number, who've paid €300 for it each.
Nobody is losing out. You know, they all get 6 weeks course in a full portfolio and still entered in the competition. And if we have to make some variance to that, well, then that's what have to be done. Do you know what I mean? But there's certainly nobody has lost out of this situation apart from ourselves.
Well, you're banking an awful lot around this 6-week course, which takes place in a room in a hotel.
Yeah, and we've now unfortunately had to change the hotel as well.
Why was that?
Well, of course, because of the negative publicity from yesterday.
And why? Well, the hotel surely have dealings with you. They know you. I don't know you to see. I don't know what you. I presume you paid them.
Yes, of course. And,
so why would they change?
Because of the negative publicity surrounding things that happened. They don't want any negative publicity for their hotel, and we had a very good relationship, unfortunately, until yesterday.
Mark, everything's unravelling here. The patent office have just been on to us. There's no such thing been granted.
Yes, we do have the paperwork for the patent office from Dublin too, and we went in purpose, or we went in person. And
no, you told us 2 seconds ago you had the patent for Ireland. For
yes,
Ireland,
that's correct. Yeah, we do.
You haven't.
We have the trademark. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. We have that in paperwork.
The patent office have just told us that it's not been granted. Does Deirdre Walsh want to come back in? I don't. Deirdre, did I hear you want to come back in? Yes.
Yes.
He said.
Mark referred to the fact that one of his producers was speaking directly with executives at TV3. I would just be curious to know who exactly they were speaking with. As I've stated already, at no time have we been in any talks with Air Models Ireland regarding this programme or series or show that he's referring to. And also, he has no authority, and his agency has no authority to use the name of TV3 whatsoever.
No, and we never intended to do that, and we apologise for that. And it was actually brought out on the show, and it was certainly not our direct intention to ever have commented on any station or any other.
Who did you meet in TV3?
Of course, we're not going to speak like this. As Deirdre Walsh has already spoke to me just there now. Of course, we can't speak like this. You know, and it's getting us in deeper waters with other people because of this show. And it is not a fair angle by any means, guys. You know, it's not cool. You know, and it's really bringing us down. And you know, like it's all.
You see,
there's very little substance to what's even being said. You know what I mean?
So all the people who are saying they gave you €300, there's no substance to what they're saying. They're making it up.
They get in return 6 weeks schooling and a portfolio. What's the problem with that, guys?
Well, there's one big problem. There's the use of an international trademark in a publication that you have no rights to use.
And now we have the answer to that, and I respect that. Okay, and we're facing that the best way that we can at this difficult time.
Well, once you can face the legal action from CBS in the States.
Exactly. We're dealing with that the best that we can at this difficult time with legal advice.
John Whelan's on 51551. John, I don't know if it's anyway. Make your point, John. You're welcome.
Yeah, John Whelan. I'm a professional photographer. I run a small company called Lighthouse Photography, and I've occasionally done work in done commercial photography on some of the OPW sites, which are listed in the Heritage Government website. And to do any sort of commercial photography, reason you have to get permission from them. I'm just wondering, does the gentleman concerned know that? Has he got the public liability insurance in place? Because professional photographers have to do that. Because if I drop a camera bag or knock somebody, if you're in the Ivy Gardens and there's waterworks there, you knock somebody in there by accident, who'd be paying the legal bills?
And is this constructive, or is this just a jump on the bandwagon?
No, you're taking photographs of young girls on a commercial basis. You're making money from them, so therefore it's a commercial activity. And as a photographer, you need to be professional in your attitude. You need to be covered. But
absolutely, and we try to do that. We try to do that as much as possible. And we do have insurances for our company. And I even heard I heard yesterday that somebody said on the radio yesterday about licenses and so forth. Of course, we operate as a legitimate company, and we work as hard as we can to make a success. And obviously, things have been made much more difficult for us in the past couple of days. And we aim to provide a good service at a good price. And up until now, I've never had any negative feedback from models or models' parents before this.
that's all very well and fine, but you just said we try as much as possible. But in the professional game, you can't try. You have to. You have your liabilities, and you have you have to cover yourself and your adults.
Yeah, I respect your advice on that.
The OPW produced a booklet called Heritage Sites of Ireland, and on page 33, which covers the Ivy Gardens, it actually states that photography is allowed, but you must get written permission for commercial purposes. And I was just wondering, have you done that? Because I've occasionally had to do work for British magazines on some of our war site graveyards in Ireland, and I've always been in contact with the OPW to make sure I have permission to do it. I'm just wondering, when you decided to bring those up...
I respect your advice on that. Thank you for your time.
Okay, cheerio then. Bye.
Thanks, John. Vicky, good afternoon. 51551 text. Vicky.
Hi.
Go ahead.
Yeah, well, I was just stopped on Monday with my friend. We were having lunch outside a cafe in town, and two girls came with us and stopped us and made the same proposition about the TV show and being in the agency, and asked us for €150 deposit that day. It was the final day to give it, so...
You had to give it that day?
Yeah.
Okay, and what happened next?
Well, we were both a bit apprehensive, and we called our mums to see what they thought. And the two girls, they wouldn't leave us alone. They wouldn't let us talk, really. So then they said eventually that they'd go and to meet us in the hotel in about 10 minutes. Mm-hmm. So Aisling had to go back to work, and I went and sussed it out for the both of us. And I went into the hotel to speak to them. I wasn't going to hand over any money.
This is the Morgan Hotel, yes.
Yeah, the Morgan Hotel. We weren't planning on giving the money. I was just going to see if we could get an extension, just to at least think about it until the next day. And I was told I'd meet the girls in the lobby of the hotel, and they weren't there. So I asked the receptionist.
You asked for the Air Models or whatever it's called.
Yeah, I asked what suite they were in or function room, and the receptionist looked through all the books, and there was nothing about them. And she just said, "I'm sorry, I don't know what you're talking about."
They hadn't booked a room.
Well, they were in a room, but they were not listed down as Air Models. There was nothing formal about it. So I just rang one of the girls, gave us her mobile number, and then she came down from a suite and brought me up to the room.
Okay, guys. The PR girls obviously very ambitious. They got a target to make sure they recruit so many girls a day. That method of recruitment has now been dropped. All right, guys.
Okay. What was the daily target?
Come on, guys. You're pushing this so far. You know what I mean? There's the bottom line is we're a model agency. We've been successful in what we do. We give girls very good value for money. Okay, and it's been.
You've been successful in getting money off kids. You've been very successful in getting money off kids, even in your own terms.
We operate
from 13-year-olds. From 13-year-olds.
That's right. Yeah, that's correct. And all of the underage girls have full consent from their mothers, and a lot of their mothers come on to the school and are. So
you have a clear conscience, Mark. Stopping 13-year-old girls, young girls, and you employ people. You employ people.
Now they don't do that practice anymore.
No,
okay?
but you did. Why do you not do it anymore? There was nothing wrong with it, according to you.
Because of all this negative publicity.
Why are you stopping it? There's nothing wrong with it. Why stop it?
Because of this negative publicity.
What is the negative? Why are you determining that it's negative publicity if you think it's fine?
Because
the bottom line was you were stopping.
Something very different.
You were stopping 13-year-old girls in Dublin.
Two of our PR girls, as many companies do, stop people on the street.
You were stopping 13-year-old girls on Dublin, telling them that you could fulfil their dreams of participating in a TV program based on the American hit show, America's Next Top Model, which all that age group watch. If they would part with €300.
No, that's not correct. Okay, that's misinterpreted. Okay, that's misinterpreted. Come on, guys. You know that's
you
not
come on. Stop.
That's not a true reflection by any means.
What it is?
You guys know it's not. And
no,
you guys. By the way, mothers tried to get through to your show yesterday to tell the truth.
Where are they? Where are they?
And you guys
you're saying. So you're saying, Mark, and I'm not. Nothing surprised me at this stage. So you're saying all the young women and their parents we've had on are all telling lies?
No, of course they're not telling lies. Of course you're not telling
So
lies.
you do stop 13-year-old girls in Dublin's Grafton Street without their parents, telling them if they part with €300, they're going to be on a TV programme.
Plus they're going to be on the TV programme, which already started filming 2 weeks ago.
To which you do not own the rights.
And of course, Of course.
You've no broadcaster. A TV show normally involves a broadcaster. You've no broadcaster.
We have a director and we have camera crew and so forth. Of course, we were doing something.
Anyone could go around to Pete's in Parnell Street and buy a decent camera and say they're a camera crew. No, but you're saying much more than that. You're saying much more than that. And the difference is you're stopping 13-year-old girls in the centre of Dublin and taking €300 off them and telling them lies. That's the difference.
That's not correct.
That is the difference. It is correct. That is quite obviously the difference. And you're peddling lies on your website, left, right and centre.
That's not correct, guys. And I think it's very clear what the whole situation is and what the bigger picture is. And I appreciate there are a couple of negatives and a couple of things that we have
the bigger picture is I, like many people in this country, have a severe objection to 13-year-old girls being stopped in Dublin's Grafton Street. 13-year-old girls.
That practice has stopped now, okay?
Well, what was wrong with it?
Well, obviously there's
why were you doing it if there was nothing wrong with it?
It was an effective means of recruitment, as there were many other ways of recruiting. For example, shopping centre, we had stands and shopping
Mark,
centre.
are you the Mark Townley that's selling what's called or known as self-defence sprays?
That's another business that we have, yes.
Okay,
right.
So you are the Mark Townley.
Sorry?
You are the Mark Townley.
The Mark Townley?
You are the Mark Townley that's selling self-defence sprays. You are the Mark Townley. You are the Mark Townley that is currently banned from England.
No, that's not correct.
You were banned from England. I'm putting it to you straight now.
Okay.
And you can take me to the High Court on this. I'm putting it to you. You are the Mark Townley that has been banned from entering England and Wales for 2 years. You were sentenced to 6 months imprisonment.
Hey guys, you guys have got the wrong person, okay? And you guys are barking up the wrong tree.
You admitted 14 offences of obtaining money transfers by deception.
You're wrong, sir. You're very, very wrong, and this is going to cost your show very dearly. Okay. You're very wrong.
Okay.
You're very, very wrong. And how dare you guys say that?
I'm putting it to you straight.
You guys have put my business down so much, and now you're also saying these inaccurate things.
What's your date of birth?
Come on, guys. You guys. You know. I'm not going to carry on any further. This is, you guys have gone too far. You know what I mean? If you have a show and you want to say one negative thing, that's okay. But this is an absolute.
Does the 15th of June 1982 ring a bell?
No, it's not my date of birth. No. Okay, it's not my date of birth. I'm actually younger than that. Okay. So what you guys are on is a witch hunt here, and this is wrong. Okay, and that's not cool. I'm just going to see whatever.
Are you the Mark Townley that sells a product called Era, not Era Models, Era Farb Gel?
All I can do is take whatever hits.
Are you the Mark Townley that sells?
Whatever you guys have caused, okay, whatever damage you guys caused me, all I can do is take them as best as I can with legal advice, okay? Whatever damages that you guys have caused me, all I can try to do is try to get them back through suing, because there's nothing else I can do. You guys have really hurt our business. Anybody who is involved, I want to make it very clear, anybody who is involved in Era Models has not lost any money, nor will lose anything, and the school will continue, and they will all get their portfolios.
And the cheque that bounced this morning, that will be paid, will it?
Come on, guys, you're killing me.
No, it's not true. No, Kenny. How could we kill you, Mark? You have a self-defence spray company now.
No, you've made it a personal witch hunt, and that's not cool, and that's very unprofessional and very cheap. And all I can do is recover what damages I can from the slander of the show the last 2 days, and try to recruit them at a later date. I also want to assure any models that has been part of us in any which way have not lost anything by any means. Okay.
And anyone who handed over €300 will get their money back.
If anybody wants their money back, that's not a problem. Okay.
Everyone will get their money back.
That would be very unfortunate if they did want their money back, because there's 6 weeks school and portfolio and all there, which is much cheaper than anywhere else in the city. Okay. The reason why we can do it so cheap is because we do recruit so many people. Okay.
Gillian Sullivan is on the line. Gillian, good afternoon.
Hi.
When were you stopped?
I was stopped on Monday on Henry Street.
Okay.
I was talking to my friend afterward, and she told me that she was stopped on Thursday outside the GPO, and we were both told that it was the last day to hand in the money, the deposit, even though it was 2 different days.
Obviously the girls were working out a wrong practice, and that's finished now. Okay, guys?
Who educated them in the practice?
Well, we were.
I suppose they were target driven, like any sales job. All right. That practice has stopped now. All right.
Well, why is it stopped?
Because obviously, there's so much bad.
Well, have you stopped it because it's right, or you've stopped it because it's wrong?
It's probably I don't think it's wrong, okay, but it clearly doesn't. It clearly doesn't work. It clearly leaves some people unhappy. Those who haven't experienced the school and so forth are obviously unhappy because they don't know what it is actually about. So therefore, I suppose it's best that they experience that first before they part with money.
Well, we weren't sure. We just wanted to research it first, but then we were just both told that it was the last day to hand the money.
Okay, what age are you, Gillian?
I'm 14.
And I see you got permission from your mother to make this call.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's nothing negative, and I'm sure any of the young girls who have paid or are currently in our school or anything have any concerns. They're not to have any concern. Anybody who wants a refund because they're not happy because of this, that is okay. And anybody who wants to continue, we'd be more than happy.
Okay,
so
Mark,
our school will continue.
Okay, know that. Whatever the school, whatever the school is, yeah.
You know?
But Mark, you say on your website for Air of Farb gel, this self-defense thing you're now selling. You say you come from a. You say you different. No, that's fine. But you
I don't wish to discuss that. It's not fair for you to discuss that. Man.
No, but you're looking for advertising. Apparently, you come from a security background, and you boast an impressive military career, and now works frontline in the private security industry in Ireland. Is that you, Mark?
That's something very different. Okay.
No, but that is you from your website.
It's totally irrelevant. Okay.
Mark Townley, that's you, comes from a security background, which boasts an impressive military career and now works frontline in the private security industry in Ireland. That's you, isn't it?
Something very different, and it's totally irrelevant.
No, but that is you. I'm just trying to find out a little bit about you.
It's wrong for you to keep pushing.
No, you're the one that's pushing.
Radio,
You're the one that's pushing. You're the one that's pushing on the streets to dupe 13-year-old girls.
The models have no concerns, and no harm was ever done to anybody at any time, and nobody lost any money at any time, and there's no real relevance, and we're working with the legal matters that unfortunately we have to deal with at this time. And that's it. And we're doing the best that we can to bring closure to those and to satisfy everybody at one time.
And what are the legal matters?
Obviously, with the exact rights and so forth, the Ireland's Next Top Model show. And obviously we went down a road which we believed was correct in order to achieve that, and obviously it's the wrong road and it's backfired, and there's now serious consequences to that, which we're just trying to face the best that we can. And the school goes on. Everybody in the whole of the school is getting a letter.
Where's it going to happen this Saturday?
Well, no, because you guys have already got bad publicity for the previous hotel,
hang on. I didn't run anything. I didn't take €300 off kids to run 7,000 yesterday. We were told kids to run this course in a hotel in Dublin. You did.
You're portraying it as something different, sir. They get 6 weeks of a model.
According to Sophie Graham yesterday on the programme, you have taken in the last 14 months nearly €750,000 from kids in Dublin.
A lot. People range from 13 to 30.
From that age group. You've taken in €750,000.
Yeah, well, that's not profit,
It's not profit.
Of course it's not profit. It's not profit.
What are you paying for? The hire of the room?
I don't see where this can go,
David, good afternoon. You told me you were never on Watchdog, Mark. David.
Joe.
Yes.
I seen the man on Watchdog.
Well, how do you know? You can't say that. How do you know it's him?
Well, I can tell by his accent.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm very serious. It was you. And you're a very dangerous man, too. I tell you.
You guys are the wrong person here.
What?
It was
you. It was definitely you. It was you.
Okay, we won't say it was him, David. But the Mark Townley. Hang on.
You guys are on the wrong road here, guys.
Okay, the Mark Townley who was on BBC Watchdog programme, David. What was he on for?
He was on for doing exactly what he's doing in Grafton Street there, selling to underage children. He was undercover. They caught him undercover on the camera.
And what was he doing?
He was taking money off youngsters in the street in London.
Oh my goodness, I've never been in London. Oh my goodness. You guys got confusion. You guys got to straighten this out very fast, okay?
Well, why don't you take Joe to court if he's wrong? Take Joe to court then.
Formal apology on air right now.
Hey, put your money where your mouth is. Bring the man to court then.
You guys have got serious information wrong here.
Well, just tell us about...
Why don't you bring Joe to court then?
You guys are really wrong.
And
you're full of bull. You're full of bull, my son. You're full of bull.
Here, Joe.
I have to go now.
Joe,
that man is dangerous. Watch him.
I respect what you're saying, okay, and I respect your point. But you guys have got some very misinformation.
Okay, well, you have a chance to... You've refuted it there, so...
No, absolutely. No, come on, because that's not... Joe, that's uncalled for. That's wrong, okay, because I've never bloody... I don't think I've ever been in London. Okay, you guys are wrong. Okay, you guys, you know.
Have you ever been on the BBC programme Watchdog?
Of course I haven't. What would it be on a BBC programme for, guys? You're going is the wrong direction, and you've got wrong information. Okay, and all I can do is take action against you and recover the damages that you guys have caused me in the 2 days, which have been absolutely horrendous. You know, and it's even my name as well as my company. It's not cool, guys. I don't even know who this guy is that you just got on the radio to say that I was in London taking... Are you serious? I had 2 PR girls out promoting our model agency in Grafton Street, and this guy says I take money off kids in the street. Like how? What sort of...
That's what you were doing. That's what you were doing up to yesterday.
You know, that's crazy.
I'm sure it's a different. I'm sure it's a different Mark Townley. But you admitted yourself. That's what you were doing up to yesterday. You were. You were. I'm sure it's a different Mark Townley. But your company.
The media can totally twist and really rip somebody apart. This is totally unfair.
But you're on. Let people judge themselves. People have heard your side. People have heard the side of the people who've been stopped on the street. Let them judge. Let them decide whether they want to be involved with you or not.
Well,
okay, back.
As I say, all my bottom line is, guys. You know, I've been.
I know. You've made.
And nobody is being lost. Nobody is losing out of this.
And you will give everyone their money back.
If anybody wants their money back, yes. The amount of support that we have had from our models has been fantastic.
Okay, that's good to hear. Okay, thanks, Mark Townley. Roxanne, good afternoon.
Joe, how are you?
Your point, please. Go ahead.
Well, I work as a fashion stylist for various different magazines like Prudence, and I organise fashion shows. And I'm in a position.
I've seen your name in the Irish Independent.
Yes, I write for fashion for the Irish Independent as well. And I'm in a position where I regularly cast models for magazine editorials and for fashion shows. And I have never once heard of the model agency that's been talked about
on the show,
Era Model. And my point is that most model agencies make a point of promoting their girls, contacting the leading stylists, magazines, PR companies to get their girls work. And this guy is clearly targeting young girls who neither have the natural physical attributes to be a model, and he is not giving them anything in return for the portfolio. And I really disagree with that. And I would say to mothers at home who are listening to the show today, please, 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 do not listen to your daughters, please. I know they watch at home and they watch America's Next Top Model. Don't fall for things like this. If your daughter has the natural qualifications for being a model, she will be accepted into a reputable model agency. She will not be asked to pay a penny. I modelled myself when I was younger. I was actually with Assets, and I was never asked for any money. In fact, they paid for my photographs to be taken, and I would just really try to get that point across. This man is clearly peddling dreams to girls who haven't got the physical attributes. Nobody, as somebody who's heavily involved in the fashion industry, I've never heard of his business, and I just think that is very wrong.
And he says on his website some important facts about Era Models. Era Models was set up to ensure aspiring models were fairly treated and got real value for money when entering the industry. In other words, you pay. Era Models charges the lowest fees in Ireland, plus you get a lot more for your money. It's the largest and fastest growing model agency in Ireland. It owns and operates Ireland's only model school. Era Models publishes Ireland's leading glossy magazine. Have you ever heard of it?
Well, it's clearly not on the shelves to be heard of. It's not there.
Era Models guarantees all of our models work and delivers.
And he's not promoting them in the industry. Nobody's heard of him. He's not looking for work. And also, he doesn't offer the cheapest rates of model agencies, because First Option, Assets, and Morgan, all the agencies that people in the industry like myself regularly work with, do not charge their models.
They work on commission, yeah.
A halfpenny. they work for their models, and they take a 20% cut from every job the model does.
Era Models does not promote, I'm quoting from their website, does not promote the stereotypical model that the industry has unfortunately created.
Well, whether it's unfortunate or not, a criteria for a show model is preferably somebody who is 5'9", and that's because they sell clothes, they're tall, you need somebody with a bit of height for the show. And realistically, and I'm being brutally honest here, if somebody came into me who was 5'5", I wouldn't book them for a job.
Okay,
And that's
Era Models works with a diverse range of young people. That's once you give them €300, of course.
Yeah.
And we make their dreams come true by giving them the opportunity to succeed in the modelling world without restricting them to height or statistics.
Well, that's all very well, his idealism, but the fashion industry, if you want to go to medical school, you have to study very hard. If you want to be a model, you look out by being very tall and having the right physical attributes, and then you work hard.
But you do accept, Roxanna, given the world we live in.
Yeah.
Young girls especially will be very tempted, and have been obviously very tempted, and have handed over a lot of money.
And I just think it's really, really sad. And I would encourage mothers to say to the daughters, yes, there's all different types of beauty, and there's all different types of gorgeous young girls out there. There's beautiful girls who are 5'2", and they're fabulous. And maybe go into if they really want to do something like that, approach an agency, go into the commercial side of it. Maybe they can get there's great money in that. You can get commercials for print and for television, and there's, great money. But go to a reputable agency if you are interested in, the glamorous word. If you aren't between 5'8",
okay,
and higher, and, a size 10, you're not going to get work in the business. It's not going to happen. And I just think that's the realism. And I think most girls in their heart of hearts know that.
No,
I think it's really wrong of him to say that he can turn the fashion industry, because he clearly hasn't. He hasn't contacted anyone. Nobody knows about his girls anyway. Even if there was somebody beautiful in his books, he's not promoting them. So that would be my point.
Okay, it's point well made. Thanks indeed. That's Roxanne Parker. Thanks, Roxanne. Ben, good afternoon. You're Limerick.
Hello, Joe.
What happened?
Well, I was in Grafton Street with my 14-year-old cousin last week, and we were approached by two nice enough-looking girls asking would we like to pay €300 to appear on Ireland's Next Top Models. We refused. We went walking down the street, and they kept this and asked us, once an after opportunity, you have to pay now.
And did they say why they wanted him to be on Ireland's Next Top Model, as it's known?
They said, they said to her, we think you're a future in modelling, and we'd love to see you appear. You can get, I can't remember the figure. They said it's a massive contract you can get out of it.
Okay, I presume you kept moving.
Yeah, we did. We just walked into whatever store. Can't remember now, whatever store we're behind.
Okay, well, he did a sensible thing. Okay, yeah. Thanks, Ben. Teresa is online. Teresa, good afternoon. Back to Era Models.
Good afternoon, Joe. My daughter, her 16-year-old, and her friend were in Grafton Street last week, and they were approached by two girls as well, looking for €300 off them. Well, my 16-year-old is very...
For what?
To join this modelling agency and to go to the Morgan Hotel on a Saturday.
Yeah.
Well, they just laughed, Joe, because they're very streetwise girls, thank God for that. And they just laughed at them and told them what to do with themselves.
But did they tell them they were beautiful and that they were going to be in this competition?
They said yes. My daughter is quite tall. She's 5'7", and they told. But the two girls just laughed at them and went about their business. They were more interested in it.
Fair play to them.
And they do watch the American shows all the time. Every 16-year-old does, and would have no more interest, Joe, in doing anything like that now. Okay. Okay. And then another thing, Joe, just on the point, I'm with Assets for about 10 years. I've never given Assets one penny.
Assets is a model agency,
Absolutely. And I'm not 5'10" or 5'11", or I'm not 7 stone, Joe. I'm the big woman, the full figure woman, and I still get work from Assets, no problem.
Okay, well it's getting clearer and clearer. Thanks, Teresa.
Well, good luck to everybody, and I hope they all enjoy themselves, and it's a great show, Joe.
Okay, thanks, Teresa.
Thank you, bye-bye.
Bye. Anne, is it Anne? Good afternoon. Anne, are you there?
Yeah, I am.
Okay, go ahead, Anne. What have you spotted?
Well, on numerous modelling websites, there's advertisements for this
Era modelling.
Yeah.
Well, they're Ireland's biggest, and they're most profitable at this stage by far.
Apparently, anyway, but it says that the judges are Girls Aloud, Glenda Gilson, and lots more famous people, and that there's a lot of stuff in it, and that you have to be 17 to 30 years of age to enter, and that it's on in Morgan Hotel, and it's sponsored by TV3, Brown Thomas, and FTV.
Yeah, well, TV3 are adamant, and anyone who heard it wouldn't be any doubt that TV3 have no involvement whatsoever.
Was going to be there on the Saturday.
Glenda Gilson tells us she's no involvement whatsoever.
Yeah. Well, that was it, and they said that Expose would be there on the Saturday in the Morgan Hotel.
Exposure.
Expose on TV3.
Yeah, this is the TV3 celebrity programme.
Yeah.
Okay, with Lorraine and Glenda and Karen and the others, yeah. Okay. Well, they're not, I presume they're not going to be there.
No.
Okay, and well spotted. Thanks indeed. Thanks, it's Anna Limerick. Kathleen, good afternoon. You're in Dublin 8.
Yes, hello, Joe.
How are you?
I'm not too bad.
You've been listening to all of this. Go ahead.
I have, yeah. I was just saying to your researcher there that it sounds like a most unprofessional way of recruiting wannabe models, you know. But I remember myself, over 40 years ago, I was told, you know, by various people that maybe I could do modelling, you know. So I approached a well-known model agency in Dublin. Mm-hmm. Their office, I can't remember where it was. I think it was, will I say the name?
Okay, now leave for the time being.
Right.
I don't know much about it.
And I went in and in order to be on their books as a potential model, I would have to do a grooming course first,
okay.
which cost somewhere between £100 and £200 at a time now, which is a substantial amount of money.
And did you do the grooming course?
I did, and there was a number of people, of course, obviously doing it. One girl had won a competition, and she got the grooming course as part of her prize, I remember.
And what did the grooming course consist of? This would be grooming and deportment and...
Yeah, exactly.
Etiquette and...
all that type of thing, and posture, and, you know, all that thing. Now, I'm only 5'4.5", you know. Mm-hmm. But, and a lot of the girls were various sizes and shapes, obviously, and represent the general population, I suppose. But I noticed during the course of the thing, there was maybe one girl selected of many, about 15 maybe.
Okay.
And maybe she got some work, I don't know, because we didn't see each other afterwards. But
the course itself,
I never heard anything from them.
What did the course consist of in terms of time and?
Well, it was. I'm trying to remember now. Many years ago. It was. As far as I know, it was one evening a week, maybe 2 evenings a week, and a couple of hours of. Somebody, you know, was very well groomed coming in and showing us about makeup and, as you say, deportment and posture and all the sort of things to do with that, and also etiquette too. You know, like dining and sort of thing. And
okay, well, this course, as it was called, was taking place in the Morgan Hotel, but the Morgan Hotel have been on to us now to say that the Aero models have not booked, have no more bookings with them.
Right.
So anyway,
but he had previous to that.
Well, that's where they booked the room for this 6-week course or whatever that he was saying, and I'm just going to get the information. He said the 6-week course was you could come any time on a Saturday and basically hang around for a few hours, and you could do that over 6 weeks. But the main thing was that you paid to be at €300.
Yeah, up front, by just about half as deposit from what I've heard on the radio. And
well, as we heard, they wanted it on the street.
All right.
So,
that seems a very pressurised selling sort of technique. You know, telling people you have to have it in by that day or the next day or something like that.
Yeah, and as I say,
especially young girls, where are you supposed to get your sort of money as well?
Yeah, well, that's, as we say, everyone that he's mentioned, the Mark Townley mentioned, TV3, Glenda Gilson, the Easons, the Patent Office, everyone that he's mentioned have been on to say there's no such thing has happened, that he's claimed, that he's claimed.
We were told now at the time that the vast bulk of modelling work would be for tall people, you know, who would look well with clothes horses, you know. But and that smaller persons like myself who had certain a look could maybe get work as photographic modelling, you know.
Yeah. Okay.
So I'd say the vast majority of people never got any work at all.
Okay, Olivia, good afternoon.
How you doing, Joe?
How did they find you? It was on your Bebo site, was it?
Yeah, I actually found them. I wrote to them on Bebo saying that I was very, very interested in doing modelling.
Yeah.
And I got returned saying that there'd be no problem, just come in and meet me in town. So I went in and I was talking to one of the girls in there, and she asked me if you want to pay €100. She didn't pressure me or anything to pay €100 for a portfolio, and I go up on Air Models, the website, and that you get work out of it that way.
And are you on the website?
Yeah, I'm up on the website now, but it's under construction because there's loads of other girls that are going to be up there, and it should be up now in the next few days. But I was up on it, like I have a big portfolio that was up on the website.
Yeah, and do you know about their magazine?
I know, I've seen it, yeah. It was supposed to be given out last week to all the girls, the magazine. So like, I just was wondering like, why isn't all the models like from the agency coming on talking? Because it's just mothers that are coming on and they're complaining, like, and they don't really know.
And are you in the magazine, Olivia?
I'm in the magazine, yeah.
Yeah, what page are you on? Because I have it here in front of me.
I'm not too sure what, cause I haven't seen it because I wasn't there last week.
And where was it on sale?
It's supposed to be on sale in Easton's, but it's not going to be on sale all over in Easton's until July.
But Easton tell us they've never heard of it and they've no agreement with them.
Is it the distributors or something they were talking about that?
Yeah, no, Easton's are distributors as well.
Yeah. Well, I don't know about that now.
So how do you know if you're in the magazine if you haven't seen it?
No, I am in the magazine. See, I wasn't there. I've been every class. And last week I went off. I was dancing up in Bundoran, and I didn't go last week. But like all the girls, I got given out to all the girls last week in the Morgan Hotel.
The magazine is basically
40 pages.
Yeah, but it's 40 pages of. There's one ad in the whole magazine, and we were told yesterday that's how the magazine would make its money, through the ads. There's one ad in the magazine that's for a pole dancing club.
Okay.
And then the rest is just advertorial, as they call it. It's something about the Morrison Hotel being brilliant, and something about some dream cream from some Lush Cosmetics. I know Lush Cosmetics. But you don't know what page you're on?
No, I'm not too sure. But
and who took the photographs?
Mark or Nadia Power.
And has Mark been on to you on the last day?
No, but another girl has been on to me from the agency. One of the girls that does management over all the girls.
Yeah, who is that?
I can't release her name. I can't. I've told her I won't release her name over the radio.
Why wouldn't she? If she works for her, there's nothing wrong.
She does. It's just that she doesn't want anybody ringing her or annoying her about what's going on.
Yeah, but sure, her name wouldn't be given out a phone number.
I can't give out her name, unfortunately.
Okay. And when you were these photographs, where were they taken?
In the Morgan Hotel.
Oh, in the Morgan Hotel.
Yeah.
And were you on a couch or? Because all the photos.
It's black and white. It's black and white photograph, as far as I know.
See, I can't go through the whole magazine, but it looks like it most of it. Well, anyway, what clothes were you wearing?
A black dress. See, I'm not too sure which photograph you picked, but I'll find out.
Okay.
I'll find out. But I was just wondering, like, what's going on, like, because I'm all confused. I'm with the agency now. Mm-hmm. You know.
And have you got work out of them?
No, I haven't got work at the moment. No.
Okay. And when you say you wonder what's going on, what do you think is going on?
It's just like because I have.
Because you're obviously very happy with them.
I am happy, yes. Yeah. I am happy with them because they're really nice people, and all the girls are lovely. All the models are really nice people, and they do be like every week and every Saturday in the hotel we do our classes. Like they've been teaching us how to do the catwalk properly, and
who does that teaching?
The catwalk.
Yeah.
I'm not too sure of his name. He's actually a model himself.
And who does the other teaching?
Hold on. He's a nutritious guy. He goes through all the girls, like making sure that we're all eating properly. David Cummins. David Cummins is his name. He's a nutritionist. He goes through everything with the girls, making sure we're all eating and making sure we're keeping all our exercise and our sleep and everything like that.
Yeah, and he gives classes, does he?
Yeah, he gives classes.
David Cummins.
Yeah.
Okay. And who's the catwalk trainer?
The catwalk trainer, I'm not too sure of his name. It's a weird name. He's a model himself.
And what else do they do? What else do you do in this class? It's a school. They call it it's Ireland's only model school. Yeah, it's a school according to the website.
If you do the walk-in, the nutritionist, and then the makeup artist comes in and she does different makeup on all the girls' faces and shows you how to do your makeup properly and different things like that, and how to dress properly and different poses, how to pose over the camera and all different things like that.
So according to their magazine, the makeup artist is Charlie McKenna.
Yeah.
Is that man or woman?
It's a girl.
It's a girl. Okay.
Yeah.
The graphic designer is Natanya Herbert.
Yeah.
Another makeup artist is Michelle Montgomery. No?
That's right. Yeah.
Personal trainer David Cummins.
Yeah.
And catwalk trainer Shaquille Turab.
That's his name. Yeah, that's his name. Yeah.
And the fashion designer is Juan Castrillion.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never heard of him now.
Okay. And then the production and finance, the magazine is Ken C. Leha.
Yeah.
And then the MD is Mark Townley.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
Okay. Have you met Mark?
Yeah, I have, yeah. Loads of times, loads of different times. I actually went up to an apartment in Maynooth and I did a photo shoot with Mark there. That was my first ever shoot that we did. That was the one that went up on the website. Like, it was up for a good while, and then until Ireland's Next Top Model was coming through, so it was taken down, and now he's putting all different girls up, like, on the website.
You see, Mark says in the magazine, we are proud to host the first ever official Ireland's Next Top Model.
Yeah.
But
They're supposed to be on TV3.
But it's not. We just heard that it's not.
It's supposed to be on TV3. There's camera crews there last week, there was, and the week before.
Yeah, but
they were filming different things.
Yeah, but it's not from TV3. No one knows who the camera crew are.
Oh. Well, that's what I was told. They were from TV3. And the magazine would be in Eason's.
And your parents, how do they feel?
Well, they're happy for me enough, but they're just this one was best for me, and if I'm happy, they're happy. If you know what I mean.
Okay.
Like, and they offered me, like, as I told the girl on the phone, like, they offered me my money back if I wasn't happy. They said to me, like, Olivia, we're not going to scam you. Like, if you want your money back, you can have your money back. There's no problem.
But why did anyone think they were going to scam you?
Like, they said, like, if you're thinking, the other few models have thought that they were scamming them, so they want their money back.
Why would they think that?
They just believe what they hear on the radio and what everyone else is saying, you know?
But it was only first mentioned on the radio yesterday.
Yeah, I know, yeah. Yeah.
So this conversation that you had, that you say we're not scamming you, took place before yesterday?
It took place all last night, all over the internet, all over Bebo.
No, but you said you had a conversation with them when you handed over the money saying we're not scamming you.
No, I never said that. I rang them. I rang one of the girls and I said, listen, what's going on with this? And they told me.
Yeah.
And she said, listen, Olivia, if you have any doubts in your head, that there'd be no problem your money given back to you. And I said, no. I said, there's no problem. I said, I trust you and I'd be happy, like, what's going on? And they said to me that, well, if you want your money back, you can have it. I don't believe they're scamming people at all. I really don't.
Yeah, okay. It's a mystery.
It's a mystery, all right.
But the bottom line is 13-year-olds are being stopped on Grafton Street and €300 was being...
But it's not just like the girls stopped on Grafton Street. Like, it's people like are getting contacted through the internet and getting rang up, like...
And Bebo sites.
And Bebo sites, yeah. But it's that €300. Like, I only had to pay €200 because at the start, I paid €100 to get my portfolio put up on the Air Model site itself.
Okay.
And then a big letter was sent out to me to the post, like saying like that this big program we start in Ireland's Next Top Model, and that is.
And how are you surviving financially at the moment, Olivia? Can I ask?
I'm surviving.
Do you work or do you have to work? Or?
I do dance. I'm a dancer. I do dance.
Well done.
So.
Okay. Thanks, Olivia. Look after yourself.
Okay, you too. Thank you.
Is that the baby in the background? Who's that?
She is. Yeah, I'm listening in the bedroom now, trying to hide so she doesn't cry.
What age is she?
She's 1.
Okay, congratulations. Thanks,
Thank you.
Olivia. Thanks.
Okay.